Some football careers are measured in goals, others in trophies. But Javier Zanetti's career was measured in something harder to find: loyalty, discipline, and time. For 19 years, one man wore the inner shirt, one number, and eventually became much more than a player. He became the symbol of the club itself. Born in Buenos Aires in 1973, Zanetti began his professional journey in Argentina before joining Inter in 1995 from Banfield. He arrived in Milan at just 22 years old, and strangely enough, he was not the Argentine everyone was talking about. Inter's attention was largely focused on his compatriot Sebastian Rambert, but history would tell a very different story. On August 27, 1995, Zanetti made his Inter debut against Vicenza. He wore the number 4. He would never give it up. There was no instant fairy tale. Zanetti had to establish himself in a demanding Inter side and adapt to Italian football. But instead of relying on fame, he relied on consistency. He became known for his professionalism, physical strength, calm personality, and remarkable reliability. And his role kept evolving. He arrived as an energetic wide player. Then he reinvented himself as a world-class fullback. Later, as his career progressed, he could even operate in midfield. That adaptability became one of his greatest weapons. The trophies eventually followed. In 1998, Zanetti scored a memorable goal in the UEFA Cup final against Lazio, helping Inter lift his first major trophy. But the defining chapter came years later. In the 2009-10 season, Inter won Serie A, the Coppa Italia, and finally the Champions League. At 36 years old, Zanetti was still the captain. In Madrid, against Bayern Munich, he lifted European football's biggest club trophy after making his 700th appearance for Inter. It was more than a victory. It was the reward for nearly 2 decades of commitment. So, what made Zanetti different? First, consistency. Second, adaptability. And third, leadership without theatrics. He didn't need to dominate the headlines. He simply kept performing. He became Inter's record appearance holder with 858 matches, won 16 trophies, and captained the club for 13 years. And perhaps the most striking part of his story is how long he remained himself. The same number 4, the same professionalism, the same calm presence. When he finally retired in 2014, San Siro said goodbye to a player who had spent almost his entire European career at one club. Javier Zanetti didn't become an Inter legend because he was the loudest. He became one because he stayed. For 858 games, number 4 belonged to one man. And perhaps that is Zanetti's greatest legacy. Some legends chase history. Zanetti simply became it. Do you think Javier Zanetti is one of the greatest captains in football history? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.